Morning, guys. Day 2. It is 8:26 now. Woke up about 6:30. Got my cup of coffee in. Diesel fuel. Had a honey bun, some beef jerky. Stayed at the Stover Creek shelter last night. There's about 15 of us there. Met some really cool people. Stayed on the tent pads, and about 6 of us stayed over on that side. Stayed up until about 9 o'clock. Everybody got to bed early, got up early. Again, got out of there about 8. Been hiking for about 30 minutes. I think it was almost 2 miles. We were at 3 Forks right now, about to cross. I think there's like 5 different creeks that meet up here. But one of the guys that we met last night's coming from southern Florida. Forget your name. He's with his son, but he promised us Captain Crunch and milk if we hike down here with him this morning. So gonna come over this bridge and have a little breakfast.
Oh, word.
Say hey, guys.
Hey.
Hello,
people down in the woods.
That's how you really falling. Bust your ass. Oh, I wonder if those are all grave sites right there.
Is that what that is?
Oh yeah.
Okay, come on, really, we gotta go to the top of this mountain before we...
That's the AT for you.
Gotta be shitting me, man.
Take you up the biggest one. Sassafras Mountain. You. Hey guys, it is 1:56. Just got my ass handed to me by Sassafras Mountain. We went from about 2,550 feet all the way to about 3,375 feet in about a mile and a half. I think that's the toughest climb that we've done so far. Legs are feeling good. I think I may have a blister in between my toes. Just trying to scramble over all of these rocks. But body feels great. I think it's because I've been staying hydrated and eating a ton of food. But got about 2 more miles. I've got about 3 swallows of water left, so got about 2 miles until the next water source, and then I think another 2 miles to maybe 3 miles to Gooch Gap Shelter where we are going to stay tonight. So all in all, I think we are hitting about 13.5 miles today, and I am going to hydrate, go wash my feet off, cook my dinner, and pass out, because we're going to do about 15.5 miles into Neal Gap tomorrow, and there's about 4 or 5 different people who are going to split a cabin, so that ought to be very nice to have a bed, even if I have to share it. But we have to get up to Preacher's Rock from Woody Gap. Got to go to Beak Cedar Mountain and also hike up and over Blood Mountain, which is gonna be terrible, but a pretty day. It feels like when I checked about 3 hours ago it was 73, but I think we're at least in the upper 70s now. Pretty warm. There's not really a breeze blowing, so it's been kind of muggy, but all in all, great day. Again, I feel wonderful. I know my feet are gonna be swelling, but having a lot of fun out here. Once I get to the shelter, I'll check in with you guys. Now crossing Blackwell Creek. Hey guys, just gonna do a quick little recap of everything since the last video. It is now 6:25. I pulled into it's Gooch Gap at about 5 after 5. It's probably about 65 degrees right now. A little gentle breeze blowing. Went down and got about 2 liters of water in the creek. It's about 0.2 miles down from where I set my tent up, and I soaked my feet for about 10 minutes and ended up washing my legs and my arms and my face and my hair, which I know you're not supposed to do, but man, I feel like a new man already. You know, we started out the day at Stover Creek Shelter. We were only going to go about 11 miles and kind of camp before the Gooch Mountain Shelter, which is at mileage 15.8. The 2 guys that I met that are in some of the pictures already, Nick and Adam, great guys, met them last night at Stover Creek. They were a little tired, stopped off at Gooch Mountain Shelter, but my body's feeling great, my feet are feeling great, I'm in high spirits, beaming from ear to ear, and so I pushed on another, I think it was like 1.5 miles to Gooch Gap. It's a big parking lot, but there are a lot of camping spots, so tonight I think it's supposed to get down to about 55. Not really any winds blowing, but there's a 20% chance of rain, so I ended up pitching my tent underneath a huge hemlock, so I know she's gonna do me right. I think Nick and Adam's plans, we're gonna meet up in the morning. They're gonna get up and I believe get to Gooch Gap here at about 7. So again, I ended up doing 14.4 miles today, which I know that may be a little much just now starting out. I was gonna take it easy, but my body feels great. So tomorrow we're going to push on, since neither of us have bear canisters, and if you're going to stay in between Girard Gap and Neal's Gap, the bear activities there have been pretty high. You have to have a bear canister. We're going to push on to Neal's Gap, and I'll try and split a cabin if there's any available. So I think it's going to be like 20 bucks a piece, and do a full resupply there at Neal's Gap. So tomorrow, believe we're gonna do 0.1 more miles than what I did today, so 14.5, but we've got some pretty tough climbs going up to Preacher's Rock, Big Cedar Mountain, that's where Preacher's Rock is, and then it's gonna be hellacious getting up Blood Mountain, and then I think it's like 2.4 miles back down to Neal's Gap from the top of Blood, so it's gonna be a tough day. I'm gonna be exhausted, but a couple things I wanted to point out. You know, I've heard so many times of different hikers, whether it be section or through hikers, that the trail provides, and that's exactly what happened today. We ended up meeting a guy by the name of Dean Vaughn. Dean, many thanks to you. Awesome guy who had his son Ian with him. They're up from Fort Lauderdale, and we're just going to do a short little overnight hike and then do some mountain biking. Ian was on spring break, and Mr. Dean had some, we shared some great stories around our little camp setup last night at the Stover Creek shelter. And he told us last night, he said, well, I've got a lot of food back at our van in a cooler, so if you guys want to meet me down in the morning, I've got a big old box of Captain Crunch and some milk with your names on it if you want to stop by. So again, we all went down to Three Forks where they were parked. That was about 1.5 miles, and everybody else chowed down on some Captain Crunch and milk, but I had my unhealthy breakfast of a honey bun, which was about 600 calories, some beef jerky for the protein, and had a cup of coffee, so that was good. But many thanks again, Dean. You're an awesome man. Glad we met. Try and find you on Facebook and reconnect there so you can follow along with our trip. Another one I wanted to point out was we met a couple of ridge runners today at Hawk Mountain and also at Justice Creek, where we stopped and ate lunch at Hawk Mountain. I forget your name, but told us that he'd take all of our trash from us. So even small things like that. Many thanks to you. I don't know what your name was, but so we hike out of Justice Creek about 1.5 miles to the Gooch Mountain Shelter, and I told them I was just going to press on, and I had maybe gotten about 1/3 of the way into my 1.4 miles left to Gooch Gap, and I was like, crap, I think I made the wrong decision. I should have just stayed back. But ended up meeting a guy who was just hanging out at Amicalola Falls State Park, kind of chatting it up with through hikers that were coming through to sign up. His name was Plunge Pool, and he came around the corner 1/3 of the way up just as I was regretting my decision to continue moving, and he had, I think it was like 4 loaves of garlic French bread and a big old pack of American cheese, white cheddar cheese, American cheese, whatever that is in the plastic, and asked me if I wanted to make a little bitty sandwich. Said it wasn't much, but God, for a guy who puts garlic in almost everything he cooks, it was a big morale boost. So thank you very much, Plunge Pool. Pleasure to meet you. Again, as I have heard in the past, the trail does provide. So today's been a great day. It was long. I'm exhausted, so I'm about to go and cook my dinner, drink about 2 liters of water, and pass out for the night. So try and put these up tonight again. Still on the second day. This is April 11th, Tuesday. So hope everybody's doing well. Feel free to leave me comments. Definitely a morale boost as well. So hope you guys are doing well. Love and life. Peace.